All right, hello and welcome back. So in this video, we're just going to run through an example of what this actually looks like when we chain these agents together. And so you'll be able to kind of get an idea of what it's like when you're working with a team of AI. Okay, so sermon writing. So let's say I want this to, I really wish, I'm going to look at one thing real quick. I'm going to hit at in my chat GPT and it's going to pull up all the agents that I have. So these are kind of like staff members. Um, and I would love it if I could get task block. Video outliner is giving me a hard time. Video description.
I can't see your screen.
Oh, I'm still not sharing. There we go. Okay, I got you. There we go. There, is that better?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to pull on our course creation, our course content creator. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste in that blog. Okay, so now my course content creator team member here, my AI. Oh, and we're blowing something up. There we go. And he's going to come and he's going to start outputting lesson notes. Okay, lesson notes on creating a powerful church vision statements, overview, and yada, yada, yada. So here he is, key takeaways. And I know you already know how to do this. Now, of course, all of this is programmed into the back end, or I just have a prompt in there that says, I want you to summarize the lesson, create an overview, so there's our overview, key takeaways, action steps, and scriptures. And so that is what this agent specializes in. This would have taken a couple hours to do if I actually filtered through all of that, took notes, and then wrote it. So right here, we have instantly saved tons of time. It's now creating a multiple choice question on how to, whatever, on how to make the church vision statement. So we're getting this multiple choice question. Now, while it's writing, we're going to come in here and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to pull a new agent out. And let's say I want a worksheet. And let me see here, task, where's my worksheet guy? Sermon, oh, here we go, sermon notes writer, okay? So we're gonna pull that guy open now. This may output and be like, well, I don't get what you're saying because this isn't a sermon. It should be flexible enough, and I have been trying to make these flexible enough that we can just pull them in anytime. And if you saw the video where it had options, that is the trigger options is how we make that really customizable. And I haven't seen that anywhere else, but it has been working. So we'll see how this works. And I'm going to say sermon notes writer, and it should just be able to be saying go. So we're going to say go. And this should then create, it seems like you're ready to proceed. So give me 1 second here. Okay, so let's see. Go doesn't provide any specific information. Okay, so I will say create a page of notes for the content above. Misspelled above, and again, misspellings doesn't matter. Turns out the AI can read 100% gibberish. If you take all the words in a sentence and totally scramble them, it still knows what they say, which is just crazy town. But okay, fill in the blank. Question. Finding your church vision, thought starter, action point. Key reasons that we do this: direction, unity, purpose, passion. Yes, that's all right there in the article. Now, it didn't create a lot of these blanks, so I might say, well, I want more blanks for fill in the blanks, but it's creating a worksheet. And, we can tweak and customize this, but it's more or less formatted. Further study and reflection for that worksheet. And here are Bible verses, next steps. Cool. And, again, we can have a conversation with it and tell it what we want, but let's just say we liked that. And now we're going to go to at here, and I'm going to pull up another agent, and we're going to say sermon graphic image. Okay, and I'm going to say create a thumbnail for this article. Okay. And these are just the ones that I have pulled up. It only shows your most recent agents. And so we actually do have specific ones for courses. But in this case, you can see how we're chaining these together. Emily, do you have any questions on kind of pulling these together back to back to really speed up a full workflow?
No, so you hit add and then pick your.
Yes, exactly. You just pick the agent.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. When I saw this the first time, I was like, oh, wow. I actually see how that would speed things up. Now, the next step of this is the agents don't need you to be here. You actually just say, here's the keyword, and then you leave, and they just create everything you need. Okay. So here we have another weird culty image, which is just, I don't get it. Like the images they create for the church, it's just very unusual. But anyway, so we go back and forth, we get an image we like. And, so we come back through here and we say, oh, what am I doing? At, and then, maybe we want a YouTube title and description because we're going to post this video lesson on YouTube, and we'll go ahead and we'll throw that in there and we'll say go. Usually you can say go and it'll just start outputting. It sounds like you want to proceed. It sounds like it's having issues because it usually just goes. Create a YouTube title and description for this lesson. There we go. And then it says, okay, YouTube title, crafting a vision that transforms, unleash your church's potential, sermon outline. And this is the description now for the YouTube. And so we're going to keep seeing here, embark on a journey to define your church's future. Now enter URL so you can have custom calls to action like, hey, if you were interested in more, check out this page on our website where we talk about the whole article on how to create a whatever. And so this is just a couple examples of how we can begin to plug and play these agents and go through an entire workflow where maybe we go from a whole sermon or a whole blog, and we go from a blog, outline a video, it outlines the video. Then we create SEO optimized title and description for YouTube. And then maybe lastly, we come in and we end, and then we'll pull in number 5 here, which is, see if I can find it. Here we go. Create social media posts for this lesson or the sermon or whatever it is you're doing. And you'll notice it's just going to start with Facebook post and then Instagram post, and we've got some, prompting on the back end to make these specific to those sort of outlines, Twitter. And so you notice it's putting in appropriate hashtags and Instagram posts, Pinterest. And now you have sort of automated church for the next 7 days. And we can sort of increase the efficiency with which we can create content for ministries and Christian businesses and all of this. Any questions on that, Emily?
Yeah, so you mentioned that you don't even have to be here.
So that's where they're going to go. Right now we do have to be here and we do have to chat with it, but
okay.
The functionality is already there, and maybe we'll go into it in a future lesson. It's a lot more technical, but as this stuff gets more user friendly, yeah, you're going to be able to leave your computer. You're going to be able to train the AI how to just take over your computer or operate on the back end, and it will just, all of these agents will just work together and output whatever you said your goal is, and you'll come back and you'll have 1,000 blogs just sitting there in draft mode ready to post, And so, yeah, that is what is coming around the corner, is basically an unlimited amount of work for no cost.
So would that look like, do you think, like when you hit add and then you pick the agent that you want to use, is that gonna like allow you to do like multiple at the same time?
Yeah. So basically they will be able to interplay autonomously, and they already have software out that does that as well. They've actually sort of simulated that. I don't know if you ever, when I was younger, we had sort of Game Boys, and like if you played Pokemon, there's like 2 little pixelated characters on the screen and they'd walk around and, it's all automated. Well, they took that and fed AIs into it as a visual and made that sort of pixelated environment a workplace. and the AIs would just sit there and talk to each other back and forth. And he'd be like, hey, here's the video outline. And he'd hand it over to the video editor. And the video editor would be like, nah, this outline's terrible. Here, take it back and change this. And so they will sort of organically engage with each other, just like people in a workplace. And again, they already have this. So as the tools like ChatGPT and lots of other AI tools that are coming out of the woodwork get more advanced, you're going to have fully autonomous agents, just like people that are in a digital workspace and can fully operate without oversight. And an AI will be the oversight for other AI. And the only question is, can you tell them how you want them to engage with each other to get the result? Does that make sense?
Yes, that does.
Okay, awesome. Well, all right. So if you're watching, thank you for being here in this video with where we're talking about AI agents, AI swarms, and how right now, at least in ChatGPT, we can chain these agents together to go through a fairly sophisticated workflow and crunch hours and hours of work into a very short amount of time. So with that, I'll see you in the very next video. Thanks so much for being here. All right. So Emily, I don't have any more work for you today. You're welcome just to continue training in those other areas. Thank you so much for being here. We'll try to end on time here. Do you have any questions for me before we call it?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, awesome. Anything you want me to go over in future videos based on any of this?
Not any I can think of right off the top of my head, but if I think of anything, I
100%.
can like.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Thank you very much. Well, you have a wonderful week, and we can go over some of the strategy stuff that you learned this week, next week. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. God bless.